During my career, I have hired and had the opportunity to work with a lot of freshers. I enjoyed working with freshers because they come with a lot of positivity and high energy. But at the same time, both me and many times my other experienced team members used to spend substantial portion of time training these freshers. Now, the question is, when a person graduates, even if it is from a reputed institution, is the person ready to hit the floor and work as an accountant? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Let me explain this to you with a couple of examples. First thing, journal entry. Anyone who does his graduation from a reputed institution in commerce is well versed with journal entries. You give them any complex transactions, they will give you the journal entry on a piece of paper. But ask them to account the same journal entry into the books of accounts of the employer, the person is going to struggle. Why? Because in the piece of paper, the journal entry is a two-dimensional journal entry. You debit an account, you credit an account. But in the real life world, it's not all two-dimensional. Sometimes it is three-dimensional where you have cost centers. It can be four-dimensional when you have entities that you want to account into. And it can go on and on, right up to even accounting for inventory. This is where people struggle because they are not being trained on these aspects in their education institution. Second is GST. People know what GST is. They are very well versed with the concepts of GST. What is an input tax? What is an output tax? How to set off input tax and output tax. But can you file a return setting off input tax and output tax? Do you know how to respond to a notice that comes from a GST officer to your entity? These are not, unfortunately, trained in your education institutions. So this is where Finprov comes into the picture. We give our students an opportunity to bridge the gap between their theoretical knowledge and the practical skill sets that is required in the current day market. We have dedicated faculty who will give exposure to these students in areas such as practical accounting, GST, income tax, and softwares like Tally, Zoho Books, and ERPs like SAP. We follow a case study based approach where students are given case studies which covers a real life scenario which they are expected to tackle like they would do in their job environments. At the end of the course, every student gets a valid certification on the tools that they have studied. So if you are looking for a career in accounting, I would suggest you search for the nearest Finprov center and join for one of our courses. All the best.